What is up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Busy Life Podcast. Today's episode is dedicated to the one, the only Taylor Swift, because I love her so much. And I recently rewatched her, and oh my gosh, she has a mind blowing speech. Listen, I'm sorry, but even if you don't love Taylor Swift, even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, that speech, you cannot tell me that that speech does not have some truth bombs in it. You cannot tell me that you did not listen to that speech and say, holy shit, she's right. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You can remove the fact that she's Taylor Swift and just listen to the words and know that she's speaking the truth. If you haven't done that yet, I will post a link to it below, but it's viral, of course, because Taylor Swift is viral. If you're not a Swiftie yet, I don't really know why, but that's fine. No judgment. I've been a Swiftie for forever, but that's not what this podcast is about. The point of this podcast is to tell you how important it is for you to listen to a message that Taylor Swift says. In one of the lines in Taylor Swift's speech, she says that one of the most important things about growing up is knowing how to catch and release. And no, it's not about fishing. It's about knowing what to keep and knowing what to get rid of in your life. And I am always trying to create episodes that reach you guys. I'm always trying to talk about things that I think you would love, I think relate to you. I reach out to you guys in my stories, which, by the way, thank you so much for always responding, voting in my polls, answering my question box. I have so much that I'm going to get to now within the next few months that I think I'm pretty booked up until I don't even know when, but we've got a lot coming. This is going to be the year of my podcast, and I'm so excited for it. And one of the things that constantly, and I mean constantly, is a topic of discussion that you guys want to hear about is anxiety and depression. And I told you guys in one of my last episodes that this is my year of positivity and healing. Those are my words for this year. When all else fails, when I'm frustrated, when I'm sad, when I don't feel like getting up in the morning to go to the gym, I remember my words. And my words are positivity and healing. Now, I will also link that episode in here as well because I want you to listen to that if you haven't yet. But basically, what that means is it means that I'm going to choose to look at life from a glass half full perspective. I'm going to heal so many aspects of my life, and it's going to help me eliminate my anxiety. It's going to help me live in the present moment. It's going to help me live the authentic life that I have been waiting for. And that the only person who is in my way is me. It's me. Like, there's literally nobody else stopping me. Nobody is saying, hey, Julie, you can't do this. Hey, Julie, you don't do that. No, we don't do this, Julie. Nobody is saying these things to me. It's just me. It's just my anxiety. It's just my fear of unrealistic things or things that only happen once in a blue moon. And oh, well, then that must mean that they're going to happen to me. They're not. Okay. And guess what? If they do, you'll be fine. We are in our own way, guys. We need to stop and smell the damn roses. It's time we catch and release. Keep the things that we need to keep and get rid of the things we don't need anymore. I am fired up today, guys. I'm only 4 minutes into this podcast and I'm already yelling at my computer. But that just shows you how seriously I'm taking this year. And I have so many examples that I'm going to go through today, but I know that this is what you need to hear today. I know it. I feel it in my bones and in my soul. This was the most requested episode for this week. And I'm telling you guys, I was like, you know what? I got something else I'm going to do. I'm excited to do it. And then I read what you guys wanted. I read the votes and I was shocked that a lot of people still wanted to hear about anxiety. And I was like, damn, I feel like I talk about anxiety a lot. I've had anxiety. I have many episodes on anxiety, but we all still have it. It's not going anywhere. And I'm not trying to pretend like it's something that just gets healed overnight because it is sure as hell not. I'm 29 and I've had anxiety my whole life. But I'm telling you guys, that fire inside of me, she's lit and she's done with this. And she is done with letting us let anxiety win. So you just booked yourself a ticket to the Julie Express because we are about to get going. We are going to be fueled and fired up. And by the time this episode is over, I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to promise yourself that you are going to keep a goal to yourself this year. You are going to make yourself proud. And if you are like, you know what, Julie, I don't know. My goal from now till December of 2024 might change. Okay, fine. Keep a promise for yourself that you will do tomorrow. You need to set one goal that you really want tomorrow. Maybe you want to wake up when the alarm goes off. Maybe you want to actually make your bed. Maybe you want to write that book that you just want to start something. Maybe you just want to go for a walk. Maybe you want to call your friend, the one that you haven't talked to in years. Maybe you want to finally finish that report at work because it's Friday and you just don't want to do it anymore. Whatever it is, keep a promise to yourself tomorrow because like I said, by the end of this episode, you're going to want to. So let's dive into this. I'm going to start by telling you guys a story that happened to me over winter break. And it goes a little like this. Over break, I slept for so many hours. I'm telling you guys, this school year was rough. It was hard. I dealt with workplace bullying. I dealt with extremely intense caseloads. I've dealt with paperwork up the wazoo. And on top of that, I'm trying to stay healthy. You know, I'm trying to do all the things. I'm trying to be a good dog mom because when I come home, my dog has tore up my couch. Or I'm trying to be a good wife because I have a husband and I want to make sure he feels loved and appreciated. But yet at the same time, he doesn't because I'm not paying attention to him or because I'm not giving him the love he deserves to have. And instead, I'm snapping at him. So, you know what? Then I'm going back to work the next day and I'm repeating it all over and over again. And I'm getting bullied and I'm this and I'm that. I mean, it literally was never ending. And I finally took winter break to just say, okay, I'm a teacher and I work my ass off, but this is my break. This is my time. I don't have to please anybody else. I get to please the people that I want to please this break. And I get to, and I must listen to what Julie needs. And I must do that this break. So I did. I sat myself down and I was like, what do you really want to do? Like, do you want to go see friends? Do you want to go out? What do you want to do? And all I wanted was to rest. I wanted to sleep until whenever I wanted to. I wanted to wake up and not know what damn day it was because I didn't have any work to do. And all I wanted to do was watch all the Christmas movies and eat whatever cookies were in front of me. So I did that. And honestly, for the first half of my break, I could finally breathe. I felt like this weight had been lifted. And it was like, oh my God, my body and my soul were just like, thank you. Thank you. Because you've been neglecting us. And not to the T. I mean, yes, I've been exercising and I've been tracking my food and I've been doing all the things, but I'm just checking boxes. I didn't really look in the mirror and ask myself, what do you need? And you know what? Fireworks went off. It was like the scene in the movie where the girl finally gets with the guy and she doesn't care what baggage he has because she loves him. That's what it was like. It was like my body looked at my soul and was just like, you finally heard me. And so then something crazy happened because I feel like there's this pattern that the universe likes to give us. And the universe likes to basically tell us, hey, you've got this thing you want to be working on, right? So I'm going to make it really hard for you. Am I wrong? The minute you say you want to lose weight, the next day somebody brings pie to school. I mean, come on. It's that simple. So here I am, it's winter break. I'm sleeping, I'm doing all the things, I'm listening to what Julie wants, and it's literally the week of Julie. If I wanted to see somebody, I did it. If I didn't want to, I didn't. I mean, it was that simple. So we come across a day where I don't know what it is, but I just have so much anxiety. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Why? Like, we've been doing all the things. We've been having so much fun. Like, what's going on? And so I did it again. I stopped and I asked myself, what do you need? What needs to go? What do you need more of? Why are you feeling this way? And I had a pretty deep conversation with myself. And I think you might be laughing, but you know what? When was the last time you really talked to yourself? And I'm not talking like creepy talking to yourself, like when you're at the mall and you're like pretending to have a conversation with your imaginary friend. No, I'm talking like, when was the last time you just sat in your chair or sat in your bed or laid in your bed or whatever you're doing and you just thought to yourself, what do I need? Not what do I need to do, not what box needs to get checked off next. I'm not asking if you brushed your teeth or if you floss. I'm asking, what do you need? What can we give you that's going to make you feel better? What does your soul need in order to feel alive again and to be happy? Because there is no reason to be this upset all the time. No matter what has happened, and trust me, my brain has imagined all the crazy things. I have heard so many crazy stories from my listeners, just and then from work, and then things that I've encountered. And trust me, I know. Believe me, I know there is crazy things and that there are bad things out there. But don't you dare let them take over the rest of your life. And that might sound harsh. And I'm telling you, this is the motivated, fired up Julie. I want you to really sit and think for a second. Do you want to talk to yourself in December of 2024, so December of this year, and be in the exact same position you're in right now? Because I hope that the answer is no. I hope that you want to talk to the better version of yourself. If you could travel in time and see yourself December of 2024, what are you doing? Are you doing the things that make you happy? Are you with the people that make you happy? Are you with someone that maybe you haven't even met yet, but you know that they're going to make you happy? Are you making yourself happy? Forget other people. Are you doing it? Or are you still sitting in bed? Are you still hitting snooze on the alarm in the morning? Are you still turning in your assignments late? Are you still arguing with this person? I mean, do you really want that? It's time to catch and release. I genuinely believe that we will not get to where we want to get. We will not be the person we want to be. We will not achieve the goals we want to achieve until we learn how to do this. And it's simple. I don't have 12 tips for you or 5 ways to this or 7 things to do. No, I don't have that. I have 2 things you need to do, and that's it. I want you to do more of what makes you happy. I want you to keep the people in your life that make you feel like the person you want to feel like. I want you to do more of the things that make you grateful. Do more of the activities that make you come alive. Be around the people more that you love and love you back. And I want you to remove anything that doesn't do that. I'm serious. And that means you're going to have some hard conversations. I need you to release the people in your life that don't respect your boundaries. I need you to remove the guilt that you put on yourself and that you think you need to carry for whatever reason. And you know what I'm talking about. I need you to stop being a people pleaser. And I know I'm saying I need you to, but you need to. You need to do this for yourself. You need to cut the relationships that no longer serve you. And yes, I'm talking about the person that you've been waiting for and that you think that it's going to happen one day, and maybe it is, and maybe little things have been happening and no. No. Release. Catch and release. Now, I know when Taylor Swift said this in her speech, she did not go into this much detail, but she ignited a fire in me. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to work. I am in no way, shape, or form going to pretend like this is easy. But I'm going to tell you a story, okay? One of my promises that I'm trying to keep to myself this year is I don't want to be the kind of girl who hits snooze on the alarm every morning. I learned that from Mel Robbins. I learned all the science behind why it's important for you to get up when the alarm goes off. And I'll go into just like a little bit about it. But basically, when you hit snooze, you start a new sleep cycle. And when your alarm goes off, like, 9 minutes later, you're still tired because you're actually in the middle of a new sleep cycle. And so now you are extra tired because if you had just gotten up the first time when your brain was already awake, you've now confused it into thinking we're going back to sleep. So it actually makes you more tired instead of getting that extra 10 minutes of sleep. And let's be honest, an extra 10 minutes really doesn't do anything. I mean, come on, it's just 10 minutes. Now, if it was like, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6 to go to the gym, but I don't feel good today. So instead, I'm going to wake up at 7:30. Fine. Do what you need to do. I am not judging you for doing the things that you need to do, but I am going to judge you if you hit snooze 7 freaking times. Get up or don't set your alarm for that time. So that's a goal I have for myself. And I had to think this morning. I got up when the alarm went off every day this week. But I had to tell myself, when I think of Julie, either at the end of this month or at the end of next year or however long in advance, what is she doing? And she gets up when the alarm goes off. She gets up. She makes her bed. She gets dressed. She walks the dog. She drinks her water. She's successful in the morning because I want to be a successful person. I want to be the kind of person that doesn't forget to take care of herself because I've learned that lesson too many times. And in fact, I clearly haven't learned it if I'm still trying to do it. But this is it. We're done now. I am learning this because I am not only learning it, but I am doing it. We don't want to be people who overthink. We want to be doers. We want to be the kind of people that get up and make shit happen because it matters to us. And in order to do that, you have to practice catch and release. We need to have those brave conversations. We need to maintain conversation with the people we love. We need to make sure that the people who mean the most to us, the moments that mean the most to us, that we're present for those. Because not to be depressing, but you don't know what tomorrow might bring. And I'll tell you one thing that Julie in 2024, December of 2024, is not going to do. She's not going to waste any time. I would be heartbroken if one of the most devastating things happened, like if I lost a family member, or I lost a friend or a loved one, or something in my life was taken from me unexpectedly. I would be devastated if I met Julie in December of 2024 and she didn't promise to keep those people close to her and those things close to her, because not everything in life is a guarantee. So maybe the loud motivational Julie won't get you, but the realistic one will. I would also hate if future Julie was still struggling. I would be, you know what? I would be mad at her. I really would, because she knows better and she deserves better. And she has a podcast that is encouraging so many people, thousands of listeners, and yet she couldn't do it. That would break my heart. I want you guys to know that I know that we're human. I know. Do I wake up right away to the alarm every day? No. Of course, I lay there for a minute and I try to open my eyes. But damn, there are more days that I get up than days that I don't. Do I hit every workout that I say I'm going to do? No, I don't. But there's more days that I do than the days that I don't. You have to do more of what you want and less of what you don't. It's really that simple. If the concept of catch and release is too out there for you, then maybe it's because you don't really know what you want. Maybe that's the kind of conversations you have to have first. And maybe what you need to do is you need to spend a couple of days just being present. Put the phone away. Call somebody. Talk to an old friend. Go for a walk outside. Go to the grocery store and just don't look at your phone. Buy the foods that make you happy and the things that stand out to you because they bring back memories. I mean, I'm telling you, every time I walk past a Reese's Puffs cereal, it brings back so many memories because that was my favorite. Or the Rice Krispie cereal because we always made homemade Rice Krispies. Or at Christmas time when they've got all the Christmas things out. That just makes me so happy. Maybe you need a trip down memory lane. Maybe you need to just think for a second and talk to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need? What would make me happy right now? Because newsflash, if you can't make yourself happy, how in the world are you going to believe somebody else when they try to make you happy? You won't. You won't. You won't be able to listen to any compliment and believe it. I guarantee you, if this is you right now, you're remembering something. You're remembering a time somebody told you, oh, you look so good in that dress. Or, oh my God, I loved it when you did that. And you're like, yeah. No, she didn't. Yes, they did. But you just don't believe it because you don't believe it yourself. Maybe we need to go even further back. That's the kind of work you got to do. Maybe you don't even realize who in your life is dragging you down. I didn't. I sure as hell didn't. There were many, many times in my younger years that I caved. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to fit in. I wanted the clothes that the popular girls wore so that they wouldn't make fun of me. I wanted the braces so I could have straight teeth, but I had to pay the price because during the meantime, I had a gap between my teeth. I mean, guys, I've been there. Even as an adult, there's been times that I will pretend to laugh at a joke because I just want them to think that they're funny and I want them to feel good. But what about Julie? What about you? When was the last time you asked yourself, what do I need? And sometimes it's not more of something, sometimes it's less. I need this person to give me some boundaries. Or not even to give me boundaries, but to respect my boundaries. I need less work on my workload. Okay. Maybe you need to set up boundaries with your email. Stop checking it when you're not at work. Stop being a yes woman or a yes man or a yes person to whoever is asking you to do things because now they think that they can cry and you'll come. I'm telling you, this concept is so basic, but it's going to be one of the most important things you can do for yourself. This podcast episode is coming out in January, and this is a time frame of goal setting. Everybody is setting a goal. Everybody's talking about what they want to be like by the end of the year, what do they want to have achieved by the end of the year? I mean, you name it. And a lot of people don't even know where to start. Or they come up with unrealistic goals. Oh, I plan on getting a 6-pack by the end of the month. I plan on dropping 50 pounds by the end of the month. I plan on, making $10,000 by the end of the month, or this, that, da, 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 da. I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying maybe they're not realistic. And the problem with unrealistic goals is that you don't achieve them and then you just say, fuck it. And that's bad because now you're stuck and now you don't know what to do. And now you are going in circles because is this really worth it? And no, forget it. I'm just comfortable in my previous state. And no. I mean, is it really that bad if I stay like this till December? Yes. Yes, it is. Take this as you and I are looking each other in the eye, and I've got my hands on your shoulders and I'm shaking the hell out of you because it's time for you to wake up from this nightmare that you are calling life. Do you guys realize that there's so many people out there living their dreams, doing the things they want to do, and feeling their best because they work for it? They worked hard. I mean, we're on the topic of Taylor Swift because this is her quote. She did not sit on her ass. She's written album after album and dealt with criticism after criticism just to get where she is. Let's look at literally anybody that you admire. So many people have worked their butts off. I mean, I've got literally names flooding through my head. I can't even pause to say them. Anybody. Kobe Bryant, he used to get up at 3:00 in the morning to go practice basketball because you know what? It meant a lot to him. And he's not even with us anymore. I'm at a loss of words because when I think of all the people, and it's not just celebrities. When I think of even my parents and how hard they've worked to have the life that they have, it can be as small as affording your car, as finally being able to pay a bill without feeling like you're scraping money from the bank, to as big as you won an award, or to as big as the celebrities. Hard work has to happen first. And this is hard work. It is time for you to wake up. Get out of your head. The anxiety is not going to go away. It's not. There's going to be days that you're going to be tested. But you can do this. You can. You can. Come on. You got to tell yourself you can. You deserve the things you want to do. You do. You deserve to look in the mirror and be proud of who you see. You deserve to wake up in the morning and love your life, love the people you've got, love where you live, and love what you get to do. But you're not going to get it. Not if you can't practice catching and releasing. Keeping the things that mean the most to you and giving them your attention, not the things that need to go. Get rid of all the things that you ever bitch and complain about because they're not worth your time. You're spending more time bitching and complaining than you are appreciating and loving. It's as simple as that. And I guarantee if you listen to this episode, you want to know. You want to know how to do it. And you probably want to know because you know that you're stuck. And you know damn well that I take this seriously. I wouldn't be here with you every week if I didn't. And the fact that this was the most requested topic for this week, it was like a calling. because I know we need this. I know I need it for certain things. I'm not going to pretend like I have everything that I want right now. This was like a wake-up call to me, and this is how I know that my year is going to happen the way that it's supposed to, and in a way that it's going to make me so proud. Because I am going to keep the things, keep the people, keep the places in my life that mean the most to me, and I am going to get rid of the rest. Anything, anyone who no longer serves me, it's time to go. Any task or demand that rubs me the wrong way, it's time to go. Any person who has filled a void in my heart or who has made me realize I am more than what I think I am, I want you to know I love you. Anybody in your life who has fed your soul, who has been there for you, who has done the things for you, and you can't even find the words sometimes to express your gratitude because they mean more to you than whatever it is, keep them and let them know that you love them. Be more present. Text the people you miss. Don't play all the games on your phone. Don't scroll through social media all night. Call somebody that you haven't seen. Text them. Shoot a message to them. I mean, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you keep the people and places and things in your life that mean the most to you close to you. Book a trip to your favorite place. I mean, I'll tell you what, guys. When my papu was around, that's my grandfather, my mom's dad, he lived in Clearwater, Florida, and I have not been back there since he passed. And it has been on my bucket list that I want to go back there. And I know it's not going to be exactly the same. I know that for a few reasons, not only because we won't be able to stay at his house anymore, but because, it's been 10 years and Clearwater looks a little bit different now. There's new hotels that have been built and it's been renovated and the beach has got like an updated boardwalk. So I know it's not going to be exactly the same, but it still means a lot to me. And I think about that place all the time. So a goal I have for myself this year is to book a trip, to finally go back with my family and and experience the memories again, but in a new way and in a new beautiful way, while still appreciating all the old memories we had too. So it's not just people, it's places too. And it's the things that mean the most to you. Going for a walk with a friend. I love my walks with Ryan, and it makes me sad to think about the days that when we'll be old and maybe, things have changed just because who knows what. I'll always appreciate these walks. It's the little things that really are the big things. And we don't have time for you to gorge in the things that don't serve you anymore. Stop letting that person text you that bothers you. Stop letting that person at work tell you what to do when you know what to do. Stop letting that person in your life or in your friend group try to boss you around because you don't need them to. You don't need that. Maybe you do need a backbone. Maybe you need to be brave. Maybe you need to finally speak up for yourself. Maybe you need to just walk away. Maybe you need to just stop responding. Maybe you need to find a new friend group. Maybe it's as big as you need a new job. I don't know what you need, but you do. You do. And if you're sitting here thinking, I don't know what I need, I really don't, you haven't had time for yourself. This goes back to the beginning of this conversation. You didn't ask yourself, what do you need? You didn't sit down and give yourself a minute to just feel and express what you've been going through. So that's your homework. Your homework for this podcast is to give yourself some time. Be present for a couple days. Think about it. Make a list and share it with us here. What are the things, people, and places that you want to keep? And what do you need to get rid of? Because I'm telling you, when you can practice the concept of catch and release your anxiety, your depression, I can't promise it'll go away, but I promise it will no longer get in the way as much as it has been of your life when you don't let it. I do need to mention I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not a medical professional or a physician of any sorts. I'm just your friend. I'm here to chat with you. I'm here to lift you up and remind you that if I can do this, you can do this. Because I genuinely believe in you. I do. I've seen it work. I've been waking up all week this morning, remembering my why. What do I need more of and what do I need to get rid of? And I'm not saying want for a reason. I am saying, what do I need to do? And not in a checklist way. Yes, I need to brush my teeth. Yes, I need to wash my face. We know that. But I need to get outside and go for those walks with Ryan. I need to put my phone down and just be with my dogs. I need to book that trip to Florida because it will fill my heart. And I need to get rid of any conversations and people who say they're my friends that are really not. I need to get rid of the toxicity. I can't even say that word. The toxic environment that I work in. There's so many things that need to go, but so many things that need to stay. I cannot wait to hear what you guys are going to keep and what you're going to get rid of. I would love to share some of them on the Busy Life podcast story or in a post, whatever you guys feel comfortable with, even if it's just in a DM because you just want to share with me. Myself and the team here would love to hear it. We would. I want to encourage you. I want to cheer you on. And I want you to know that I believe in you. And it's time you believe in yourself. Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you in the next episode.